And we're back with our primary election video sit-downs for 2013, excuse me. And the next man in front of you is Rich McEachin. He's running for Port of Shelton Commissioner, position number 3. Now, Rich, take a couple of minutes to tell everybody about you, your background, why you're running, and why you feel you are the best candidate for the position.
Okay. First of all, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm 65 years old. I'm retired. I've been in municipal government for 36 years. I'm a retired city manager. I'm a retired chief of police. The last position I held was that as the executive director of the Port of Hoodsport. I'm also a graduate at FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia, in public administration management. I have an AA degree in business and a bachelor's degree in public administration management. And just thought that I would throw my hat in the ring and offer new visions and see what happens.
Okay, now the issue that seems to be on the minds of most people is fairgrounds. Now, it has been said time and time again that the fairgrounds property can be rented on an event-by-event, short-term basis as long as the port gets fair market value for the property. If elected, would you propose changing that so the Mason Area Fair, the rodeo, the Oyster Fest can continue to use the property for the long term? And how do you propose to pay for the maintenance and operation of the facility?
Okay. First of all, this controversy has been going on for many, many years, and I think it's time that a decision is made and move forward. Even the incumbent that's running for the commission says that he will do whatever the community wants, but it doesn't seem anybody's gone out in the community and asked them what they want. We got to keep in mind that only 30% of the Mason County taxpayers actually pay port taxes. So my proposal would be to put a committee together, a volunteer committee of 3 to 5 people, and ask that committee to go around and hold public information hearings and find out from the people that actually pay the port taxes what they want to do. And if they want to keep the fairgrounds and they want to pay the maintenance on the fairgrounds, then I would suggest we hire a full-time staff member to do nothing but manage the fairgrounds, to PR the fairgrounds, to get more events at the fairgrounds. That way, hopefully, the events that come in and the money raised in revenue would pay for the maintenance of that. The long-term goal would be to eventually move the fairgrounds and have the county, the port, and the different communities involved in the county to actually put money forward and run the fairgrounds.
How important is it to you to maintain Oakland Bay Marina? Do you think these costs should be borne by the users of the marina or by all port taxpayers? Would you like to see more commercial activity at the marina? Do you think there is enough interest in expanding the marina, allowing more commercial and/or recreational use?
I do. I think the marina is a facet of the community that's needed. It's run down. It needs a lot of maintenance. I think it's a combination of the rent and the slip rent and the commercial rent and port money to keep the maintenance up and expand. The problem that I understand is that the money raised from the airport area, which is the fairgrounds, the airport, and all the renters that rent businesses out there, all that revenue can only be spent at the airport. And if that's true, that really bothers me because we have, in my opinion, we have 5 different entities. We have the fairgrounds, the airport itself, the renters of the businesses, the John Prairie property, and the marina. So income derived from anything into the Port of Shelton should be able to be spent throughout the Port of Shelton. And I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, that really bothers me. And I would suggest that the meetings that the State Port Association does what they can to change that. Marina now, there's grants available. When I was in the Port of Hoodsport, I got $1,000 worth of grants that redid our docks, that put a pump out station on our docks, that we accomplished a lot of things. And right now I don't see the Port of Shelton going towards many grants. But the combination of rent and grants should be able to keep up the maintenance at the marina.
And do you have a specific vision for each of the port's properties?
No, they need to be marketed. We need economic development. That's the main reason that ports exist, is for economic development. There's not much marketing going on. I know there's a few things that are in the works now that I can't talk about that would be big for Mason County and bring a lot of jobs. But I just think marketing and being part of the EDC and getting the word out that we have land available and space available for rent. We have 5 incubator buildings right now, and 2 of those are vacant, and I'm not sure why that is. With all the small businesses started up, I'm not sure why those haven't been rented out to create jobs.
If you could only develop one area, which property would you focus on?
It would be the fairgrounds at this time, and second on the list would be the marina, or simultaneously.
Okay. In recruiting or attracting business to the Port of Shelton, what should the port focus on, infrastructure or aesthetics?
I think it's a combination. It's infrastructure and aesthetics. If you have the infrastructure and it looks terrible, who's going to rent it? I think they go hand in hand, and they both have to be addressed at the same time.
Do you believe the port's executive director has been given too much freedom, power, if you will, with his job duties? Should the Port Commission have more of a say or less of a say in the day-to-day operation of the port?
In the state of Washington, executive director only answers and is directed by the commission. So if the majority of the commission feels that the executive director is doing something wrong, then that needs to come up in an open public meeting. A director can only do what the commission allows him to do. So do I think that he has too much power? No. When I was city manager, I worked for 2 different city councils, and they both had different visions. And I did what that council wanted. You got to keep in mind the taxpayers elects the commission hires the director, and the director works for the commission, not the taxpayers. So it's all up to the commission on what they want the executive director to accomplish.
Is there anything specific you would like to see the port do that it currently isn't doing?
Yeah, again, that's bringing the facilities maintenance up to date, making more attractive aesthetics so people want to rent the areas, do the maintenance and find grants at the marina, and market better than what we've been marketing our area.
Is there anything specific you would like to see the port stop doing or participating in?
No, I don't think so. The port's got a lot of property and needs to do a lot of things. I just question if we have enough staff to manage all those things in a timely manner. If I was elected to the commission, that's one of the things I would look at is our staffing level. Who's really taking care of the marina? I know there's a lot of emphasis on the airport, but who's really taking care of the fairgrounds and the marina? I would like to look at the staffing levels and see if there's ability to hire people to spread the wealth around, if you would, so things can be addressed in a more timely manner.
Last question. How much value do you put in the port's relationship with the Economic Development Council of Mason County?
Oh, boy, that's very important. You know, those people 24 hours a day are recruiting economic development to Mason County. If we were not a partner with EDC, they would overlook our area and rent or lease or sell property in some other part of the community. I think it's very important, and we should stay partners and do what we can to help the EDC.
Okay, Rich McEachin, candidate for Port of Shelton Commissioner, position number 3. Thank you for taking some time.
Thank you very much.